Good morning, everybody. This is Sir Jude, and I apologize if this video lecture came a day after the actual classroom discussion, no? But here it is. So, with regards to our previous lesson about evidence of chemical changes, let's check what evidence or evidences of chemical change were manifested in each setup and explain how each evidence manifested. So, for our scenario, we have laundering of stained clothes, no? So ang ating five evidence of chemical change are color change, gas release, precipitate formation, odor change, and temperature change. So let's find out if each of these evidence manifested when cleaning or when destaining our stained clothes. So for color change, obviously, yes, because you started with a stained cloth or attire, and then you end up with an unstained one. Syempre, nililinis mo nga eh. So, therefore, may color change na naganap. For gas release, obviously yes, because gas bubbles emerge. Kitang-kita naman sa bula. For precipitate formation, this one may vary, no, but it can also be yes because there's undissolved matter settled with regards to the laundry bar or detergent that was used. For odor change, also yes, because syempre, pag madumi ang damit, it smells musty and kapag bagong linis ang damit or bagong sal tawag dito, bagong lagay with the detergent, nagiging bleachy ang amoy. And for temperature change also, yes, because the clothes become temporarily colder because malamig ang tubig na ginagamit. All right, so let's move on from to our new lesson, which is acids, bases, and salts. No, yesterday nag-conduct tayo ng three tests in determining whether a certain substance or mixture is acidic, basic, or considered a salt. No, so we use the we dipped each of these substances or mixtures. No, we have the Sprite soft drink, we have the Zonrox bleach, and we have distilled water. We dip each of them. We dip a red litmus paper, a blue litmus paper, and using our software, no, we dip the universal indicator wherein we also detected the pH level of each substance or mixture. So for lemon juice, uh, ano pala to, no, per test pala, no. So using the red litmus paper test, so lemon juice retained the color of the red litmus paper, so it's still red. For bleach, red litmus paper turned blue, while for distilled water, red litmus paper is still red. For the blue litmus paper, lemon juice turned it red. For the bleach, it's still blue. And for distilled water, blue litmus paper is still blue. Okay. So for the universal indicator, sige, para sa mga absent at hindi naka-experience nung ating software kahapon, no, using pH analysis gizmo. Ayan. So, alis po muna tayo sa PowerPoint sandali and let's manipulate the simulation here. So, ang ating first substance is lemon juice, ano? And once we dip the universal indicator in it, starts to form a reaction, changing the color, no? And, oops, na. So, based from what we saw a while ago, the universal indicator became dark orange, and the pH level we estimated to be number 2. Okay? So, dun naman tayo sa bleach. For bleach naman po, yan, let's run the test first. Ayan po yung color na lumabas. Okay? So, the universal indicator, it turned blue-green, wherein the pH level is estimated to be number 12. Next, going back to the simulation. So po, our final substance or mixture is distilled water. And ayan po yung color ng universal indicator na lumabas. So going back to the PowerPoint presentation, it became the universal indicator turned olive green and its pH level is estimated to be 7. So given this tests, no, we concluded that lemon juice is an acid, bleach is a base, and distilled water is considered a salt. And syempre magtataka kayo, like, ang tubig ba or distilled water ba i-consider asin? So marami kasing klase ng asin, and if we're going with the results of the qualitative and quantitative tests a while ago, no? It's mostly qualitative because hindi naman talaga tayo gumamit ng actual device. Wala kasi tayong pH meter. Nagdepende lang tayo dun sa ginagamit natin with the simulation. So, if the characteristics, if the properties all turn out to be that of a salt, then that substance is considered a salt. Even if tastefully, no, hindi naman talaga maalat ang distilled water. It's tasteless. Okay? So ano-ano nga po ba yung pinagkaiba ng acids sa bases sa salts, no? So let's start with acids. So for acids, red litmus paper remains red, while blue litmus paper turns red, and its pH level is less than 7. For bases, on the other hand, it turns red litmus paper into blue. It retains the color of the blue litmus paper to still blue. And their pH levels are always greater than 7. Right? Finally, for salts, no? Ang epekto nila sa red litmus paper, it's just it's the red litmus paper remains red. The blue litmus paper remains blue. And the pH level is exactly equal to 7. Okay? So, ito po yung pH scale. So, nakita nyo na po to with the universal indicator sa simulation a while ago, no? And the pH scale ranges from 1 to 14. Wala po tayong negative values. And wala rin po tayong values from 15 to positive infinity. So, the range is only between 1 to 14. And we have several substances here. We have gastric acid, lemon juice, apple juice, tomato juice, black coffee, milk, pure water, egg, baking soda, hand soap, ammonia solution, bleach, and concentrated solutions of alkalis. Now, sabi nyo kahapon, ang pinaka-acidic sa kanilang lahat is gastric acid. So when you go to the left side of the pH scale, the substances or mixtures become more acidic. So more acidic, therefore, pinakamababang value ng pH, which is 1. And you also mentioned that the top two most basic solutions or mixtures are, or substances are bleach and the concentrated solutions of alkalis. So therefore, once we go to the right portion of the pH scale, the substances become more basic. No? The highest possible value for the pH scale that will make it the most basic is 14. Okay? So, ayan. Tapos na po. Ganun lang po kaikli yung lesson kahapon. Nagtagal lang po because of the demonstration, no? So, let's predict the pH level, effect of the litmus papers, and type of substance based on the reaction of the substance to the universal indicator. Ang ating first substance is ammonia, which is ginagamit to regain the consciousness of people who fainted or lost their consciousness, ano? And that's the color of its pH indicator paper once dipped in the ammonia. So uh, we estimated that the pH level of ammonia is 11. And once you have that pH level, therefore, it has the capacity to turn the red litmus paper into blue while retaining the color of blue litmus paper to still blue. And given these properties, we concluded that ammonia is a base. Okay? Second substance, you have brown coffee. So that's the color of the pH indicator paper. And using that color, we estimated the pH level to be 5, wherein we expected that it will turn the red litmus paper to still red, turning blue litmus paper to red. Okay? And based on its properties, we concluded that coffee is an acid. Our third substance here is saliva from human. So laway po ano. And that's the color of the pH indicator paper once dipped into it. And from that, we estimated the pH level to be exactly 7, wherein we also assumed that it will turn red litmus paper to still red and blue litmus paper to still blue. And given these properties, we concluded that human saliva is a salt. See, pag sinabing salt, hindi lang asin or not necessarily salty, no? Basta nagpamalas na the pH level is 7 and the substance doesn't change the colors of the litmus papers at all, then therefore we will classify them as salts even if they don't taste salty. Okay? So, let's answer the following questions na. So, the science club helps maintain the school's vegetable garden. They need to identify 3 unlabeled solutions, E, F, and G, found in the storage room. The students test each solution using 3 indicators. The results are shown in the table. For E, the blue litmus paper turned red, while it did not any manifest color change for the red litmus paper. And using the universal indicator, it turned also red, and the pH is estimated to be exactly 2. For letter F, it has no change at all with the blue litmus paper, while it turned red litmus paper into blue. And the universal indicator also turned blue, estimating the pH to be exactly 13. For letter G, it has no changes with blue and red litmus papers, and the universal indicator is color green, with the pH exactly at 7. So the 3 possible identities of the solutions are hydrochloric acid, saline solution, and sodium hydroxide solution. Which solution or solutions is our most likely hydrochloric acid? Okay, eto na. So, all we have to do is identify the acidic substance between E, F, and G, and the correct answer here is letter A. So, hydrochloric acid, A is an acid, so therefore its identity is hydrochloric acid. Yan. For letter F naman, it's considered a base because ang pH niya is mas maganda na kapag ang pinaka decisive factor natin is ang kanilang pH kasi by numbers talaga. So kaya na si acid, it's less than 7 which is 2. For solution F, no, its pH is greater than 7 which is 13. Therefore, F is a base which is sodium hydroxide. While for letter G, wherein its pH is exactly equal to 7, we consider that to be a salt, which is the saline solution, which is actually table salt in water. Ayan. Okay. Number 3. A beautician dips a red litmus paper to a shampoo with pH equals 6. What will happen to the litmus paper? It will blank. So, shampoo with a pH of 6 is considered acidic because its pH level is less than 7. And if it is acidic and you dip a red litmus paper into it, therefore, the red litmus paper will stay red. The correct answer is letter A. Number 4. A person suffering from heartburn spits some gastric juice and his doctor dips the universal indicator in it. How will you estimate the pH of gastric juice? So based from the color of the universal indicator, it turned into deep red. And you only have four options excluding 0 and 5 to 14. So the only options are A1, B2, C3, and D4. And obviously the answer here is letter A, which is 1, making gastric juice one of the most acidic substances ever. Okay, last question for this slide. How will you arrange the three substances below from most basic to most acidic? So the substances are blood with a pH level of 7.4, borax solution with a pH level of 8, and tomato juice with a pH level of 4. And in order to arrange the substances from most basic to most acidic, no, based on the pH scale, pag sinabi nating most basic, you start with the highest pH. And pag sabi nating most acidic, you start with the lowest pH. So of the three, the one with the highest pH is borax solution with 8. So therefore, cancel na si C and D. After borax solution, pababa tayo ng values, no? So blood ang susunod, kaya automatically the answer is letter A. Borax solution, followed by blood, and then lastly, tomato juice. Okay? However, kapag ang tinanong naman is most acidic to most basic, therefore, we will reverse our answers. Mauna muna si tomato juice, followed by blood, and then borax solution. Okay? But, sticking to the original question, the answer is letter A. Okay? So that's all for acids, bases, and salts. Please bring all the materials that I ask you to bring for your performance task on Monday. Lahat ng ginawa natin kahapon with the litmus papers and the universal indicator at the simulation, you will also do them again on Monday, but this time with different set of substances or mixtures. Okay? So, in the end, please enjoy your weekend. So, good morning and goodbye.